There we go. Now they can hear us. My bad.
Okay, all right. So say that whole thing again.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, we're good. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Just
bear with
trying
us, but
to
we're
trying to figure all this out.
yeah. We
Okay.
kind of got like a little bit of a new setup. It's not crazy new, but we're still
Yeah.
figuring stuff out. So thanks for bearing with us. But yeah, Matt, if you want to go ahead and give that whole spiel again.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm trying to figure this out. Anyway,
No worries, no
yeah, we
worries.
basically as you can see, a little bit of a revamp on the stream, a little bit of a facelift. I think this looks a little bit more visually appealing. I think it fits our aesthetic a little bit easier or a little bit nicer. And yeah, just trying to give this podcast, this live stream, really more of a personality. But appreciate all of you. I saw you guys were digging the intro.
Yeah, I know. I love that little like it's like a synth wave type thing. Hold on, let me just open this real quick for
Yeah.
the mic.
Oh, nice.
Doing a truly mango lemonade today. I think we've mentioned this many times, but yeah, truly lemonade, like it's like juice. It really is like juice. So if you're of age
Yeah.
and you like partaking in some alcoholic beverages every now and then, this is barely even alcohol, but it
Yeah.
feels like it after a couple sips, for sure. But yeah,
Sheesh. Yeah, sorry guys. I didn't mean to switch over to the to this. Sorry, your ears are not broken. So it's fine.
yeah. What's up, guys? Yeah, like I know it was like a bit of a little quick turnaround from last week. You know, we recorded on Thursday. We're right back at it on Tuesdays. But so, um, sorry, I was just gonna say we didn't have a lot of news, but we did have a lot of news. So that was fun.
Yeah.
But I also like being able to, you know, space things out and just ask, you know, stuff like, "How are you doing, Matt? How are you guys doing in the chat over there?" You know,
Yeah.
been a while. Last week was like a bit of a congested, so
It
didn't
was.
really couldn't really like ask how you guys are doing. But yeah, how are you doing, Matt?
I'm chilling. I'm like, well, we're on a different school schedule here. I'm kind of dead in the middle of my quarter, my last quarter of the year.
Mm.
But counting down the days to summer, as we said last stream, summer. I'm kind of just looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm good. A lot of things to talk about. Kind of crazy how much has happened within the last time we saw you wasn't even that long ago, like 4 days.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
really worried about how this episode was gonna go because yeah, I didn't know if we would have enough to talk about, but man, able come through as always. I
Right.
love it. I love it. But we also have announcements of our own, which we'll get to in a second. Uh, Leslie finished finals.
Congrats.
Congrats. Damn. I'm gonna be right with you in next week, end of next week. So hopefully we'll get through
Everybody
that.
wish Chesco luck on his finals in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah. I will definitely need it just because I will be wanting to get through that next week, man. It's gonna be
Yeah.
crazy. But A Quiet Place Part Two. Yeah, I forgot that movie was. I saw like a trailer came out for it, and man, I
Yo.
definitely am going to check that out. I
Yeah.
wonder
It's
how that's
been
gonna go.
it's been done. Like there's I they announced it last year obviously.
Oh, it's like Black Widow, where they just have to
Yeah.
keep pushing it back,
They just had to keep
pushing it back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so somebody was sitting on a complete like sequel to A Quiet Place for a year, couldn't do anything with it. So yeah,
yeah,
finally, hopefully all these movies hopefully will be coming out soon. But
yeah. That's definitely one of
yeah.
those movies that are best watching it when like in theaters.
Oh
Because I
yeah.
mean you can watch it at home, but especially one of those movies where you have to be quiet, a quiet place.
Right.
It's kind of rough when all of a sudden your brother just walks into the room, starts fumbling through the pantry in the middle of like a high tension scene.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's exciting. That's exciting. Let's see. Kitchen Boy. I noticed we talked about the weekend every week.
Our
Yeah,
weekly weekend update. That's what it's called. And
yeah.
it's just because he keeps giving us stuff to talk about. That's what's
Keeps
crazy.
feeding us, man. I love it. I love it. Appreciate it. Alyssa Navarro. I don't think I've forgive me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I've seen you at all in the stream. So if this is your first stream, hello, what's up?
Hello to anyone that's new. If you're new to the stream, definitely comment in the chat.
Hmm.
We're all a
We have
big,
a welcoming ceremony.
yeah, we're a big
We
family
brand
here.
you. We brand you. No, but yeah, what's up? What's up? So I think without further ado, I think we can just go ahead and get right into our special announcement.
Okay,
Um,
let's
so
do
this
it.
is very exciting, man. Okay, so let me take a quick sip before we announce this thing.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so next week, guys, we will be actually celebrating the 3-year anniversary of the Our Thoughts podcast, which is like, wow, 3 years. It's
Crazy.
gone by like that. And we wanted to put on a show for you guys. And so there will be a show next Tuesday, same time, same channel as always. We will be hosting the very first Our Thoughts Battle of the Bars between where I, Francesco, will be pitted against my co-host and best friend Matt. And yeah, we're in the middle of the writing process right now. We're both writing our bars, which I'll get into like kind of how we plan to do it. But yeah, and you're gonna hear me say this all again next week, so get used to it. But
Yeah.
we were trying to figure out what would be the best way to go about this. You know, having a rap battle. You know, we didn't want to just like
Right.
um, play a beat out loud like on our phone and then rap to the. You know, there's just so many logistical ways we could have gone about this, but
Mm-hmm.
we want to figure out a way to make it fun for you guys and less stressful for us. So what we did is we picked a couple of beats, each covering kind of a different subgenre of rap. And like I said, we're actually in the middle of writing our verses right now. So you know we're in the thick of it right now, and we're gonna pre-record them. And then we're gonna play them for you. It's gonna be like a rounds format, similar to verses. If you guys
Yeah.
have watched a versus battle, like how it's like round one, and you know, for example, I'll give away one of the rounds right now. It's like it's gonna be one where it's like a trap round, and then we're gonna have like a bars alchemist type beat type round.
Yeah.
So just a hint as to what's to expect next week. And I'm trying to figure out a way to like get maybe like a poll going. Like maybe we'll just post
Yeah.
polls.
I think what I was thinking is, so per each round, you guys will be able to vote who wins each round, and then we'll tally whoever wins the most rounds is declared the winner of the rap battle, basically.
Yeah.
So I think what's gonna happen is, we're going to show you each round, each video of us rapping, because there was no way I was doing that on live because it was gonna be awful. But anyway,
I would need like 5 of these.
yeah,
5 of
yeah.
these to do a rap
I would
like
need
live like
camera off. Like I would need to. Anyway, so I think what I'll
yeah.
do is I'll make a bunch of Google Forms for you guys, and then I'll throw it in
Okay.
I'll throw it in the chat, the link, and so you'll go to the Google form, and then that's where you'll cast your vote. Whoever wins each round, and then we'll tally up the votes. Okay, yeah. Well, we'll see. You might like both of us now, but there might be a clear winner. I don't know. We'll see who has the better bars and flow, bro. Like,
We'll see. This is gonna be super fun, for sure. I was thinking, you know, maybe if you guys like this, you know, if you guys like the video enough and just demand it as much, we can maybe even do a sequel. You know, Our Thoughts Rap Battle Part 2, and we do like even more like niche genres of rap. You know, like I remember Matt was asking about like a drill, like us rapping over a drill beat. If you guys want to hear us on that, definitely go show some love over on that on next stream. And the edited version is going to be super dope. So fun times ahead. And also we'll also be kind of the very first like half of that stream, we're going to be kind of like recounting, you know, kind of the history of the Our Thoughts podcast. I know that maybe a
yeah,
lot of you guys came in, you know, from a bunch of different eras, you know, like the Weeknd video, the Kendrick Lamar video. You know, maybe you met us via these streams. Who knows? But yeah, you know,
we've been
we'll
like podcasting for a so
a long while,
long
three
while.
years almost. So
Yeah, yeah. So
um,
you'll see where the humble beginnings.
humble beginnings. And we got a couple banger tweets and Instagram posts coming up in the next couple of days with the anniversary coming up.
Yep.
So keep an eye out for that. It's just kind of gonna be a cool way to celebrate. Damn, 3 years. It's been 3 years since we like came together, and the story of how we came together is pretty funny. So
Yeah.
um
We've known each other longer than 3 years, though, just so you guys know.
no, we just met specifically for the
this,
purpose of potting.
Yeah. We were born to do this.
Yes, we were created in a lab.
Yeah.
But yeah, but no, I'm excited. I'm happy that you guys in the chat are super excited.
I don't know, Leslie. There might be some. I don't know. There might be some hurt feelings.
Yeah, no, I'm about to go full diss track on them.
Three years of grievances coming out.
Yeah. Oh, just you wait, man. I got some.
Oh, okay.
Source told me something that I'm about to reveal. You are hiding a son. Let that boy come home.
Bro, Adonis, where you at?
Man, we talk about that like reveal a lot, like, oh, Drake has a son or whatever, but we don't talk enough about how Pusha T delivered it.
Yeah.
You are hiding a son. Let that boy come home. That's so funny. But yeah, this is like, I guess next week is gonna be like the OurThoughts Civil War. You know, we'll have Team Chesco, Team Matt, and we'll see how that goes.
Place your bets.
Place your bets. We'll have like a weigh-in the day before. No, I'm joking, but we'll yeah, I'm excited. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a lot of fun. The OurThoughts Civil War. Can't wait. But yeah, I like to play Humble by Kendrick. Yeah, I know a miracle. Oh my god, a miracle. You've been asking for this rap battle for a while now. So I know.
Oh yeah, shout out a Miracle for coming up with the idea. So
yeah,
that's why we're doing it.
I think it was game night. I think it might have been game
like
night
that.
was when. So if you guys were there for that stream, you guys knew this was happening, or
yeah,
maybe you didn't know when, but you knew it was happening eventually. But yeah, thank you guys for again your support as always. 3 years. Crazy. Goes by like that, but we'll save that celebration for next stream.
Yeah,
we'll save that celebration for next stream. But yeah, we got a lot of news this show. Got a couple of reviews. Damn, I really wanted to say that smoothly for you guys, but yeah, we got a couple of reviews. But let's start off with another weekly Weeknd update.
Yes, sir.
Boom, 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 boom. a little title slide there, but first of all, I want to say thank you to the Weeknd for constantly hooking us up with talking points. Like, I mean, there's a reason it's called the weekly Weeknd update.
Yeah.
Because last night I was looking at the show notes, like the doc that we have, you know, just to have all the talking points and what we're gonna the topics for the stream. You know, I like to have that the night before, and I just felt like something was missing, you know. And I was thinking literally right before I slept, like, damn, I hope the Weeknd gives us something to talk about. And so he did. The Weeknd, if you guys don't know, he was nominated. There's an award show going on. Like, I don't know if it's happening right now still or if it's
I think it ended.
Done?
I met it
ended.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. And the Weeknd won the artist for Best International Male Solo Artist, presented by Michelle Obama. Congrats to him. And funny enough, that's not even the biggest part of this this kind of weekly Weeknd update. He graced us with a performance of Save Your Tears with 100 Tricks Point Never.
Yeah,
that's the guy that you know, scored Uncut Gems and did a bunch of really cool stuff with the Weeknd on After Hours. And yeah, he was, if you guys look, something's a little off about the performance, and it's that he's not wearing his usual, you know, red jacket and tie that we've seen him wear in all the other performances and appearances in general, like music videos and all that, you know, during the After Hours era. Except for a performance here and there. There's like the Times 100 for like Blinding Lights in Your Eyes. I remember he was wearing pretty cool fit. But yeah, what'd you think? What was your reaction to the performance? And obviously we'll discuss the red jacket era ending in a second. But what'd you think of the performance? The Brits Award. Yeah, what are your thoughts?
He let that red jacket breathe for once. That's funny.
Bro has
more
than the laundry.
Yeah, bro has has more than one fit, I guess. But no, that was super cool. That might be one of my favorite live like reward show performances he's done. Obviously, like my all time is I think either MTV or one of the other ones where it was like or American Music Awards where he was like on the top of the skyscraper and there's like a helicopter,
Oh yeah,
fireworks.
MTV Awards. Yeah.
MTV. Okay. That was my favorite. This one's definitely a close second though because I don't know how they do these things like these pre-recorded sessions or performances. Obviously because
Yeah.
of COVID they've become huge and I feel like the
Mhm.
Weeknd has like somehow figured out how to dominate that space and like how to still come out with like an incredible like spectacle but also like a great performance at the same time. So
Yeah.
I thought like the concept was dope. I mean, he's in this like room. It's like only him and OPN, the DJ, and he's in this crazy outfit, this kind of like dark fisherman raincoat type fit, I guess.
Yeah. Miracle
Um,
says, I know what you did last summer. Obviously, yeah.
yeah,
Reference
yeah,
that.
yeah. And so, but what was really cool was we got OPN's like live rendition of "Save Your
Mm-hmm.
Tears," which I love. I mean, he did that on SNL when the Weeknd performed "Scared to Live" for the first time, and I was like, bro, this is better than the one on the record. Like, I just really like OPN and his style and stuff like that. But no, I thought it was awesome. Really different, especially coming off of that remix with Ariana Grande where we didn't really get much. So I was kind of like indifferent about it. This one was very
Yeah.
different, which was cool. And it's just crazy how he's redefining himself every time almost like whenever he does these performances at these award shows.
Every time we see him, to be honest, like
Yeah,
he
yeah,
he brings something new, which is
yeah.
exciting.
But yeah, I mean to talk about the award show, the Brits, I mean, I feel like that's just the superior award show right now. It's like felt like everything that was supposed to be said was said about all the artists that deserved it,
Mm.
including the Weeknd. So
Yeah.
no, I thought it was super cool. I had no idea they were happening today, so that was a
Hmm.
nice little surprise.
I know. Yeah. I love the performance. I loved literally everything about it, every creative decision, all the like the beat breakdowns and
Yeah.
whenever he would his vocal performance was amazing. I
Hmm.
love the concept, save your tears, and he goes out into the rain, it
Yeah,
looks
that was
like.
crazy. Like thunder and lightning behind him.
Yeah,
Crazy.
there's a cool like 30-second moment where you see him step away from that box that you're talking about,
Hmm.
and you see like lightning in the background, and
Yeah.
um or whichever one, thunder or lightning, whichever is the one that you can see. And yeah, it was just such a cool concept, really. I think it was like a Valentino raincoat
Yeah.
setup thing. It was all dope, man. Now let's get into that raincoat and the lack of the jacket. Do you think that this is kind of a statement, like we're going into somewhere different with these next couple of weeks, or do you think this was just kind of a one-off?
I don't know. It's hard to tell because this might have been just like a cool fit just for the sake of the award show, but all the other award shows he kind of fit the theme. He was either him wrapped up, his face was all wrapped up, or he looked all bloody. It was still the red suit character. Um, but this character or this version or this outfit, I feel like definitely was a statement. He was like much more avant-garde about it, I guess. A lot
Mhm.
more mysterious, and just like a different version. So I think honestly, it is kind of alluding towards something.
Mm.
Especially with the like the Vivo music videos, how they had the same like they're in that space and it's like
Yeah.
moving and stuff like that. I feel like that's kind of the realm we're headed towards, which is very different than the initial like after hours mock-ups or like visual
Hmm.
aesthetic which was like Vegas and showy and stuff like that. So this
Yeah.
might be I think maybe he's alluding to like something a little more stripped back or something like that.
Mm.
We'll see
Yeah,
though.
maybe. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna say what I said earlier, what I'm about to say in a second, but I do want to mention, yeah, Alana. He was hiding his hair, definitely. I that's an interesting theory. That
Mm,
maybe because his hair has been kind of it's a clear indication of the era. You know, if you go through all his different haircuts, it's very distinguished that each era kind of has its own distinguished hairstyle. Like he doesn't change it until that era is over, pretty
right.
much. So yeah, that's really interesting. But yeah, maybe this next album or whatever he's working on, maybe it's just like a unplugged or stripped back version of After Hours. Maybe
Yeah,
that
that'd
would
be
be interesting.
crazy.
Maybe it's new music that's again kind of more back to the trilogy roots, because that's the kind of vibe that I got was
Trilogy. Okay.
because
Yeah.
with the black and white, the monochromeness, and then you have the um it's almost like a werewolf setting in the background. Like that's the
Yeah.
best way I could describe it. Super cool for Halloween. I feel like if this performance was around like Halloween time, I'd be going crazy right now. I'm
Oh
still
yeah,
going crazy, but um
that would be
it
cool.
would fit the theme a lot. That would be crazy, yeah. So I'm very excited to see what this means, once we get the full picture,
Right. Right.
whether or not this was a one-off. He got a buzz cut, imagine, like in his old videos. That would be funny. Maybe the Don is going to be more lighthearted and caring, Abel, kind of like how he was in Beauty Behind the Madness. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I mean, the rumors that we've heard so far were like it's gonna
Mhm.
be. We're, I. It was you said it was something along the lines of like Over Now, the Calvin Harris remix of like the sound he was going towards.
I don't exactly know, but
Okay.
we've heard things like, if last week we said the quote from Sal, his manager, was that if the last album was the After Hours of the night, this one's going to be the dawn.
Right.
So that leads us to believe that it might be something a little more upbeat. And my train of thinking goes to, oh yeah, the last thing that was like more upbeat, more bright that we got from the weekend was Over Now.
Yeah.
So it could be kind of like a hint in that direction, maybe.
Maybe. I think.
Um,
I mean, visually, if we're just judging off this performance, it's very dark. It's like
yeah.
very ominous. So that kind of makes, and it's kind of like a little bit anonymous too, almost giving me like My Dear Melancholy vibes. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like I
yes.
think I don't know. It might be formatted like that, like a My Dear Melancholy, like an EP, um, as
That'd be
opposed to
dope.
like a whole other album. But I could definitely see this Abel wherever whatever he was doing in this or with this look or this style or whatever being that like that transitional phase for him, as
Yeah.
was like My Dear Melancholy. He had a look for that whole thing. It was like him in the snapback or whatever, and like his Coachella, like at Coachella, he always wore that snapback, and that was like
Mm,
the look for My Dear Melancholy. Um, so I could definitely see something like that for whatever project he has next, being this type of look, which I don't even know how
yeah.
to categorize it. It looks pretty sick, but like I don't know. I don't know where he comes up with these ideas.
I know. The silhouette of his like just his silhouette and like the
Yeah,
figure when you see the photos of like screenshots of the performance are it's just so iconic. I love it. I love it. I just
yeah,
love the
super
the
dope.
aesthetic of it. Yeah, I would also love it was like if this next thing we're getting is like an EP. Like one of my favorite experiences of After Hours was listening to Too Late and being like, hey, this kind of sounds like Wasted Times.
Mhm.
And like in terms of like the way the beat breaks down at one point and the structure of it, I think it would be really dope to get a transitional EP before he gets into like a full kind of more upbeat album. It would make, I think, the transition a little easier for a lot of the Weeknd's fans,
Yeah. Yeah.
even though us we're just down for whatever we want to see whatever he's got cooking up. So
Right.
really really interesting stuff. There's something I wanted to bring up, but I'm forgetting it. I always do this like once a stream. But yeah, is there anything else you wanted to bring up about our weekly weekend update before we transition into some news?
I don't know. I think just keep an eye out. I feel like we're getting hints. Like everything is intentional for sure.
Yeah.
So I think you guys are some of you guys definitely on the right path. If you guys think of a theory or something, just shoot it in the comments, in the chat, and
Yeah.
we'll let you know. But yeah,
There's
I'm
there's no better
excited.
place. There's no better place to put your weekend theories than in the
Mm-hmm.
comment sections of our videos and all that. So
Yeah.
yeah, because we definitely read it. We try to mention it on the podcast if we can. Um, yeah, and oh, the one thing I wanted to bring up, we will definitely absolutely do like whenever this era is over, because I feel like we're kind of we're we are not at the end of the era, but I feel like we're closer to the end than we were to the beginning.
Yeah.
So I think it's nice to kind of mention this. We'll definitely do like a wrap up video, like the end of After Hours, an era to remember or whatever the video will be, and just kind of like wrap up. We'll break down like the Save Your Tears music video, all the music videos we haven't talked about up to this point. We'll give our like final thoughts on the. We'll wrap it up. I feel like it'll be an appropriate end to kind of our videos of the After Hours era. Ended with a trilogy,
Right. Oh,
pretty
that's true. That's
pretty
true.
appropriate. And also because damn, like this weekend thing is how we met a lot of you guys, so it would just be like absolutely appropriate for us to you know give our last goodbyes to this era, because man, it has been quite
Yeah.
the just the execution of it was just amazing. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely.
Joshua, that's super dope. You're writing a book based on After Hours. Based
Wow.
on like the character, based on like the setting. But that sounds cool, man. That definitely let us know how that
Hmm.
goes. Writing a book, that's pretty
Please.
intimidating. But definitely you
Yeah.
should post that in like the Weekend Reddit. They would go crazy over that. But
Shoot,
that's cool.
posted here. Like we would love to read it as well. I would love to
Oh
read
yeah,
your
yeah.
book.
Whenever it's done.
Yeah, we would absolutely love to read it. So there you go, guys. Your weekly weekend update. That's like 4 weeks going strong, I think. So thank you again, Abel, for continuing to bless us. So yeah, let's get into some news. Unfortunately, got to start off with some sad news. Sorry, guys. Sit down if you need to, Matt. Very sorry. Hate to bring the mood down, but it is with great sorrow that I announce that DJ Khaled scored his third number one album this past week with his album Khaled. If you guys haven't checked out our review of that, go check it out. It's basically our last week's stream.
Man, I
It's just
think
sad when
I think I need some
when
time to
yeah,
process this.
Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead. Do what you need to do.
If you guys need to confide in us or anything, we'll make that space
If
right
you guys
now.
just want to scream, go ahead, scream in the chat. You're heard. We're listening. We're here for you. But yeah, it just sucks whenever you see evil win.
The devil works in
Man,
mysterious ways.
yeah. So yeah, so DJ Khaled unfortunately somehow won. I think it's uh like I said, my theory is that the only reason he gets these type of accolades is because it's so forgettable that people are like, wait, I gotta listen to that again. What happened? Like, what was the song? It was her and Migos. I gotta know how that song goes. Oh yeah, that song's mid. So yeah, I don't get it, man.
I don't know.
Those
I mean, it's purely off of the people he collaborates with. All those streams. No one's really like. I don't really hear anyone saying, "Oh yeah, I'm a DJ Khaled fan." It's more like, "Oh, DJ Khaled is working with her. I'm a fan of her. Or if I'm a fan of the Migos or
I think
Jay
anyone
Z."
who has purchased DJ Khaled merch should be put on the death penalty.
Oh my god.
um, imagine wearing a "We the Best" music shirt and then like has the major keys or whatever.
I want the chain
The chain.
with that "We the Best"
Oh
gold
yeah.
link
No, I want a
dripped.
chain. I want a chain of just DJ Khaled's like face, and
Yeah,
it's all
I'm
it's
sure he
giant
has that.
face. Yeah. So I like that DJ Khaled has just kind of replaced Nicki Minaj as our like our scapegoat kind of thing.
Nicki might be coming out with some music
Segueing
though.
segueing into into the
Okay.
next news item. Yeah, so we got some news recently that Nicki Minaj, the queen herself, might be coming out with new music, and more importantly, it might just be with the bad girl Riri, Rihanna,
Really?
allegedly, because they recently followed each other on Instagram. I don't know why people know this. I don't know how. I never know how people know the others following
People just
all that stuff.
constantly checking their followers, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, so Nicki and Rihanna have followed each other, and people are hinting that maybe the queen is coming back, and not only that, she's bringing Rihanna along with her. So what do you think about that?
Okay, okay. I mean, as long as Rihanna's coming with, then like I'm fine with that. Uh,
Mm.
I'm very very curious to see where Nicki goes, especially she hasn't released music in a long time. She had her child. There's been a lot of life events for her in between the last time we heard from her and now.
Yeah, remember she said she retired actually.
Right. Yeah, that's right. She says she retired. Maybe that was her that was her retirement. This is her comeback. I don't know. um but yeah, no, I'm definitely interested. I didn't know about the Rihanna thing, so that makes me more excited for it. I feel like that would be really cool. It would be like a throwback to 2014, to when like Nicki and Rihanna were like the top female artists and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I don't know. This also might be proving your point that you brought up the other stream about more collaborative projects coming out
Hopefully,
as
man. Yeah.
the year goes
Hopefully.
on. So we will see. I think a Nicki and Rihanna collab will be sick. I don't know if it's like conceptually that's what the album is, or it just mean they're just saying like there's a feature on it with Rihanna, which means
Yeah, which is
yeah,
big, which is pretty big in and of itself for
yeah.
sure.
Either way,
Um,
we'll
mhm.
see. We'll see. But Nikki's been teasing on Twitter. Like she just started back on her Twitter again. I've been seeing since like the beginning of the year. So I don't know. Nicki Minaj is coming out with music. I think it's time for everyone else to catch up.
I know. Yeah, there's no way that Nicki Minaj is like gonna be the one to like bring in everyone else who's been like holding back music. It's like, oh, Nicki dropped. All right, we need to drop for
Right,
sure.
right.
Yeah, Kendrick's over here like, damn, uh, Queen Nicki is dropping. I don't know. I'm trying to make a Queen Nicki King Kendrick joke, but let's just skip over that because that's not gonna land. I already know it. But so yeah, I'm pretty interested to see what that's gonna be. I think that like I'm picturing something like I'm just picturing how iconic the WAP music video was, and seeing Meg The Stallion and Cardi B together. Like it would be amazing to see Nicki Minaj and Rihanna. And I know the stands are about to just like clown the WAP music video and be like, oh, you guys had your iconic duo. You guys thought
Right.
I don't know, but something to watch out for. We'll update you guys on that. In the coming weeks, whenever that kind of
Definitely gonna
develops.
have to give our 2 cents on that. We
Yeah.
have we have a relationship with Nikki,
Ah,
a rocky one.
yes. Yeah. One thing I was actually thinking about was maybe one of these days like putting out like going back in our old podcasts, like our old podcasts, and like getting a clip of that, and like like I'll put some like music videos and backdrop stuff to it,
Yeah.
just to like kind of show some of the old stuff that we used to talk about. So maybe we'll see about that.
Yeah.
Uh so other news, some other news. I don't know what that means, but some other news. DMX, his first posthumous album has a title, it has a release date, and an album cover, which is pretty
Oh
cool.
snap.
So if you guys haven't seen this, you've seen our last stream, or not our last stream, but one of our last couple of streams where we talked about, we paid tribute to DMX, obviously, and we discussed like a posthumous album and how that would go about, and we went through all the precedents of it, like Mac Miller, Pop Smoke, XXX, Tentacion, and here we are at DMX's first posthumous album. It's coming out May 28th, so that's in 2 weeks.
Wow.
It's going to be titled Exodus, after DMX's son, Exodus Simmons, and it's going to be comprised of all new original material.
That's crazy.
So exciting stuff. If you guys and people have reportedly said that Pop Smoke is going to be on there. Snoop Dogg said that when in an interview after their versus battle, they had a versus battle very recently. He said that DMX didn't even leave the studio after that, and he just worked on an album, put the finishing touches on it. So, and they didn't confirm whether that album is this album is the Exodus,
Mm-hmm.
but it would. I feel like
It
it
would
just
make
lines up
sense.
perfectly, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone said produced by Swiss Beats as well.
Yes.
Which is
Dope.
crazy. I didn't. That's kind of crazy. It's coming out so soon. I feel like he kind of
Hmm.
just passed.
Yeah.
Um, but definitely gonna have to give that a listen. That's probably gonna soar straight to the top charts the moment that comes out. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't. Well, I don't know. We talked about the posthumous album and what we thought about how people go about that. I think DMX's team or family is doing it the right way
Hmm.
so far. Very similar to like Pop Smoke. Um, but yeah, definitely have to give that a listen. Wow, there's so much happening in the next coming weeks.
Hmm.
Just this month, like already, there's been a lot of new developments in music, and now it's like if it's all kind of coming together. So that's why
Yeah.
I'm
We're.
saying this summer I feel like is gonna be the summer for
Hmm.
like everything.
Yeah. The delayed payoff for sure. Because if you
Yeah,
think about where you were last year, you were just sitting at home,
yeah,
waiting for people to drop, and we're finally getting those people. Finally, the industry seems to be starting back up. I love it.
crazy.
Yeah, Alana. Yeah, I hope SZA drops too. Please, like Matt, you don't need to tell Matt that he loves SZA.
I've
So
been waiting.
yeah. So speaking of waiting, who we've been waiting for to speak damn near
Kendrick? No.
close.
Oh.
Donald Glover.
Oh
Childish
yes.
Gambino.
Yes.
So he caused quite a stir on Twitter. In case you guys don't know, he's filming season 3 of Atlanta over in the UK, I think in London. Um, and he's just been making like little cameos on Twitter every now and then. Like he'll come in, post like a little voice recording of his thoughts, and then
Mm.
quickly delete it. Like, but he came in today or yesterday, no, yesterday, and dropped off a couple tweets and caused quite a stir. So I'll read off a couple of them. I'll maybe post them in the chat. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll post them in the chat.
Here, I have him right
Uh,
here.
oh, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that
Oh,
setup.
look at this. We're
You
on
can actually see our
screen.
face while like we have stuff on the screen. That's dope. That's dope. So yeah.
So yeah,
Wait,
he had a
which
bunch of interesting things to say about the industry, not music, but TV and film, especially
yeah.
something that he's been a part of for a while, and Atlanta being one of those like uh, shows that I feel like always breaks the mold. Um,
Mm-hmm.
how he started off by saying, saw people on here having a discussion about how tired they were of reviewing boring stuff, TV and film, which is, I don't know where that came from. Someone might have ticked him off. But then he keeps going and said, we're getting boring stuff and not even experimental mistakes because people are afraid of getting canceled.
Hmm.
Where he continues and says, so they feel like they can only experiment with the aesthetic only also because some of them know they're not that good. This I thought was really interesting because this is like something I fear going into the entertainment industry myself. Not being
Mm-hmm.
able to be creative or be experimental or try different things for the sake of, likability or sake of mainstream, acceptance and stuff like that for a show. And it's interesting that he's saying that right now because now that makes me think, oh, there might be some beef going on with Atlanta and
Mm.
what they're trying to do with that. Um, I don't know. What did you think when he went on this little tangent?
Well, my first reaction was like, wow, like first of all, I love the fact that he's like talking to us. Like,
Right,
I
right,
don't know
right.
if you guys like follow or like fuck with Childish Gambino like that, but uh, he has a very big history of just like coming on Twitter, being super honest and causing a stir just for being honest,
Yeah.
which is really fun. Like if you guys want to look into the because the internet era, like Dissect podcast has a dope. I'm getting into that right now. That's why I mentioned it.
Okay.
So super dope kind of breakdown of that whole era because it is an era, just like After Hours is an era. Go check out because of the internet. But I was really like, what was your first reaction to like seeing the word canceled? Because a lot of people's first instinct was he was referring to cancel culture,
Yeah.
but he was literally referring to just like TV shows getting canceled. Um, I got a good kick out of everyone kind of getting all starting to police him on it, and then suddenly realizing, oh, that's not what he meant. So
Yeah.
yeah, what did you think of all like the hoopla, the like I said, the kind of the stir that happened because of Donald Glover?
I mean, he probably is like, this is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Even
Mm-hmm.
though like like he wasn't actually talking about cancel culture. People are already like pushing back and being just from talking about this on a tweet. And so I was
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, he's pretty much, this point is proven. But no, I was like, yeah, he's talking about, he first said in the first tweet, TV and film. Like nobody, like everybody's
Mm-hmm.
bored from TV and film. Like, you know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, people don't want to do anything experimental anymore, or else the network might cancel it because it's not mainstream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When someone says experimental, I don't automatically think, oh, there's not enough like offensive dark jokes on TV anymore. Like,
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
So definitely, and I mean, look, I mean, I'm reading the thread right here. People are saying, oh, he's talking about movies and TV shows being canceled, but everyone's
Yeah.
brains are so poisoned by Twitter that they think he's talking about cancel culture and getting mad. And someone's like, what? He's obviously talking about cancel culture. So some people are still like not really sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
This was absolutely deliberate on his part. You can
yeah.
that use of that word canceled was absolutely deliberate choice. I feel like that's one of those. Well, I feel like we're gonna go back to this tweet whenever his next album comes out, and I feel like it'll feed into that
Yeah.
because whatever I just I'm very curious as to where he's at create like in his you know headspace because I wonder if maybe filming Atlanta and experiencing all these different things, I wonder if that's maybe got his creative juices flowing. Maybe that's why he was thinking and talking about, the state of the TV and film industry. Maybe he's getting ready to drop another era
We'll see.
of content. Like that's the thing with Childish Gambino. He says that he hates dropping albums. He doesn't like the idea. He feels like it's just silly to just drop an album because
Yeah.
people don't really value that as much as creating this whole world. I mean, we see with what the Weeknd is doing. He's made it so that way it's still to this day, I think, in the top 10 albums, right? I think it recently
Yeah.
reached number 9 or something like that. Um, so I don't disagree with him. I think he's right. But so yeah, I think this was very this was Donald Glover being Donald Glover. I love it. I love
Right.
it.
Yeah. Let
Uh,
me see. People in the chat here. Concept people get too offended these days, in my opinion. Yeah, or people just look for a reason to get offended. I feel
yeah,
it's
that's
not
the
that
thing. Hmm.
they are offended. It's just they look to be that spokesperson, the first one to say it. The first
Yeah.
one to cancel. Shout out to all the Donald Glover fans who became a fan of him through community days. Yeah, I think
Hmm.
I was a fan of him first as like a rapper, like
Me too.
because of the internet.
Yeah.
And then I got into his stand up, and then I got into community.
Mm.
Um, and so yeah, that's kind of. But I've been a fan of Donald Glover for a while. Like, definitely one of like when I first started like really listening to music. You know what I mean? Like instead of just whatever's on the radio, but like discovering artists. He was like one of the first artists I discovered and was like, okay, this is someone I like. So yeah,
Mm.
he goes way
He's one of
back.
the first artists that you were like, where you specifically like going back to that artist, like that was one of the first artists that you
Yeah,
said like you pinpointed as someone that
yeah. If
you
they
want to keep
say
listening to
yeah,
music
they
from.
say like who's your favorite artist? I would be like, yeah, Donald Glover. At the time, it was like Donald
Wow.
Glover, or Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, Frank Ocean, and like Tyler the Creator. Like how
Mm.
they were all and Chance too. Like all of
Yeah.
them were kind of like dominating like mid 2000s or like
Mm-hmm.
2010s.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, that's where random tangent. I don't know. We need to
No, yeah.
we need to protect y'all from cancel culture. Yeah, we haven't been canceled yet, so
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure we'll say something that's like
I'm sure it'll happen
I'm,
eventually. No.
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm ready for the apology
Yeah, apology
video to
stream.
happen. Yeah, yeah. Um BTI reminds me so much of After Hours, considering that the whole rollout for both albums are similar, and both artists create worlds for their music. That's true,
Yeah,
Josh.
yeah.
If I may call you Josh, I don't know if we're on a nickname basis or anything, but Joshua.
It's Joshua.
Um, all right, yeah, sorry, Joshua. Yeah, definitely agree. Like I said, I think there's a reason that the BTI universe has been so um it's so like ripe for repeated viewings or
Yeah,
yeah, viewings almost. It's when you read the script, it's so interesting. Just like After Hours, every time that I find myself constantly going back to those music videos, going back to those performances, remembering the times that we had, theorizing everything. Um,
yeah, yeah. No, I think
yeah.
I still need to do that. I still need to do like a proper deep dive into that album. Like I want to listen to the podcast and like kind of go along with dissect. I mean, you're doing that right now, but eventually when I have time to like sit down and like fully, because I honestly don't even understand fully the concept of because the internet yet, even after listening to it for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I feel like I do, but I feel like if I was listening like you are, like I'd get a fully different experience. At least I did. That was
Mm-hmm.
what happened when I listened to his review or his like deep dive on Blonde. I was like, damn, like
Mm.
I thought I knew what that album was, but yeah,
Yeah. Cause he like I always say this whenever I mention the Dissect podcast. He does the literally like the best breakdown you'll ever see. He
yeah.
delves into every single lyric, a beat,
He'll
an
like
instrument that's
recreate the
being used.
melody like himself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
crazy.
crazy. He
Music
puts in so
theory.
much effort and yeah, he should absolutely be just like he should just be the king of everything for what he does for music. It's pretty cool. A miracle, man. Thank you for that props, man. I appreciate it.
I agree.
Um,
I feel like we're
yeah,
underrated.
I just yeah, I just figured, we're just gonna keep putting out the best stuff that we can, and the viewers come. So,
Yeah.
uh,
I feel like
but
we
yeah,
have I feel like we have
yeah,
our
we
little
appreciate
community.
you guys as
I
always.
feel like we have our community and who I expect to be in the
Yeah.
stream, but yeah, no. I think that's
Hmm.
just kind of the purpose of these streams was to like get that more personal interaction with you guys cuz it's hard to do that through just like talking about other artists, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
But yeah.
Especially because me and Matt, we always agree on stuff. We
Yeah.
more times than not we agree on stuff. So it's nice to kind of get a third opinion
Yeah.
or third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seven, eight, nine, 10,
Right.
10th opinion, depending on how many of you guys there are. And that's really fun as always because sometimes you guys bring up something we don't even know. So it's really dope. I really love what we're doing. I'm super excited for yeah, super excited for like the rap battle. The battle of the bars is gonna be so
Yo.
fun. I know you guys are gonna love it. I'm gonna have so much fun hearing about you guys. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be very drunk by by the time we get to that like throughout that thing. You're just gonna see me taking
Yeah.
sips every now and
I,
then.
yeah, I'm probably
Um
gonna drink through that also.
so yeah, this is gonna be it's gonna be a blast. Fun times ahead. And also, I guess before we get into the reviews for some of the singles that we got,
Yes, sir.
might as well plug some stuff that we got coming out as soon as tomorrow, maybe, probably, hopefully.
Yeah, tomorrow, right?
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think tomorrow we are looking to drop a video about Chance the Rapper. It's gonna be two-parter actually, because I think we mentioned this last stream, like at the very end, but in case you weren't here for that, we did a collab with Thought Films. He does like breakdowns as well, documentaries on music and stuff. Super dope, super cool guy. We got in a Zoom meeting with him, two Zoom meetings with him, and filmed two videos. And we're gonna be putting out a video titled "An Honest Conversation" about Chance the Rapper. We just kind of wanted to memorialize, this moment we have right now with Chance. He's kind of prepping for a comeback.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it would be a perfect time to just kind of get our thoughts and feelings about Chance the Rapper out there. And before that big moment comes up, Matt referenced it could be his My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
video. So
Yeah, definitely. If you guys haven't checked out this thought, it's funny because when we first started YouTube, we were like, "Who is this?" We were the Our Thoughts, and then all of a sudden we see like, "Oh, I've seen this guy before," and I've seen like all of his videos. He has like a ton of. He also had like a great After Hours video. He said that was inspired by ours, and
oh
he
man, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
yeah, he also had like a really great breakdown of the Childish Gambino album and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
he has a great following. So he's just a super cool guy. We've been talking to him the past few months, and we're lucky enough to collaborate on a project together, talking about both of our shared favorite artists, Chance the Rapper, someone who's been
Mhm.
kind of like in the shadows a little bit, but we feel is
Mhm.
about to emerge a new person, especially if you guys have been paying attention to what he's been posting. But I feel like right on the
Yeah.
cusp of like a new era for him. So definitely check out those videos dropping on our channel, and then the second video dropping on Thoughts channel tomorrow, which is gonna be super excited. Our first collab, so never done that before.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Definitely
Super
go
cool.
subscribe to him as well. He has really great videos. And yeah, just appreciate the support from our man Omar over at Thought. If you're in here, appreciate it.
Yeah, if you're in the stream. One thing we one thing that was brought up in that video that I thought was really funny was I brought up 31520 Childish Gambino. Speaking of Childish Gambino, I brought up Bino's recent album, and I brought up the fact that I didn't really like it, and he happened to like it. Even obviously did a breakdown of it. I was thinking it'd be cool one day to just like have a debate about it,
Yeah.
because I personally didn't love it. I don't know. Did you like that album at all?
It's hard for me to even have like an opinion on it, honestly. Like, so I guess that
Yeah.
means like no, but
Okay.
it's not like the worst thing I've ever heard. I think it
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
was. It won the most disappointing album. Was it? Wait, last year, this year's Our Thoughts. It was
It was
nominated.
nominated.
I
It
don't
was
know if it
nominated.
won.
Yeah.
I don't think it won. Actually, no, it didn't.
Yeah. Most disappointing album, I believe, was why did I set it up? I don't know myself. Uh,
But no, it was
but
nominated for sure. Um,
yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, I feel like that'd be fun. It'd be kind of like a let's argue thing, like what Fantano does.
Hmm.
That'd
Yeah,
be funny.
definitely. Because I think it was a very big creative swing and a miss, which
Mm,
I can admire. I admire that more than more of the same. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So yeah, I think it would be dope to have that kind of discussion on whenever Bino gets around to releasing music soon. I feel
hopefully.
like that would be kind of a perfect, yeah. Hopefully we can get that going. So it would be
Right.
dope to have another thought, the thoughts assemble kind of thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, a miracle. Check out Volksgeist in Middle Eight. I've checked out Volksgeist. I know they have a really dope video on
Yeah, he's cool.
on After Hours, I think, and also they
Mhm.
have a good video on Chance, like the
Yeah.
down. Is that them? The downfall of Chance the
I think
Rapper?
so, yeah, like the
Yeah, that's a
fall.
dope video as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. So yeah, I haven't checked out the Middle Eight. I'll look at them like tonight,
Yeah.
as recent as tonight. So yeah. So let's get into some reviews. We got a bunch of new singles and
Ton of
even an
music.
album. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got a ton of music last week. So I want to start off with a big bang. Let's talk about the TD surprise that was recently revealed. If you guys remember, a week ago we got a teaser from TDE telling us that the wait is over. And the big question was, who is it? Was it Kendrick? Was it SZA? Is it Schoolboy Q? Uh, it is in fact Isaiah Rashad, who I think he even has like a longer, like kind of like wait period or like kind of period since
Yeah.
inactivity period than
Like
Kendrick, right?
super long. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think like 2016 or something was uh the last time he dropped an album. Uh hello.
Hi Maya.
But yeah, no, I was very surprised. I actually really wasn't an active listener of Isaiah Rashad since ever. I don't think I've really checked him out ever. And so seeing that he hadn't dropped music since so long ago, I was like, damn, okay, so this really is the big move for TD that I thought it was. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, like I know he's hyped, but like why? And now I could see. So now I'm like, it's all the dots are connecting, you know?
Yes,
So,
sir. Yeah.
but yeah, that track, it's called
Lay with you.
yeah, Lay with You, the crazy album art with him like all up in the camera and stuff like
I
that.
know.
Um, yeah, what do you think of this track when you listen to it?
I was actually pretty impressed. Like Matt, I wasn't a big I wasn't like a super active Isaiah Rashad listener, but this song it really reminded me of like an ASAP Rocky type thing.
Yeah,
If like I'm boiling it, if I'm comparing it to somebody,
yeah,
I think the 3-6 Mafia sample was dope. That goes throughout the song. I don't
yeah.
need to hum it, but you guys know it. If you haven't already, go check it out. But to be honest with you, I feel like this is one of those records where I like it more because of the production more than the artist's contributions to the song.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like a lot of the flow and the bars itself kind of lent themselves more to the beat, and
Yeah.
that specific beat, because that's a very unique. Like whenever you play that, you're gonna like turn your head and be like, "Whoa, what's that song?"
Right, right, right.
So I loved it. I really liked the song. I think it was a perfect song to start this TD rollout. I think Isaiah Rashad is a perfect artist to start this. If
Yeah.
where they're going along the lines of what we're saying is like they're gonna drop almost every single TD artist this throughout the year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think this was kind of a good first step, but on its own, I wasn't as impressed as I felt like I should be. At least as impressed as I feel like they wanted me to be.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, what did you think about this one?
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought the flow was cool. His vocal inflections were really cool. It was like I'm very new to Isaiah Rashad, so I listened to some of his older projects and then compared it to this one. I'm like, this is way different than like
Yeah.
his last album. Much more trap, hard, late night,
Hmm.
uh, like you said,
Grimy.
ASAP Mob,
Yeah.
type sound. Yeah, the beat was super cool. I really liked what he did, like what he contributed to the track. I definitely think that it didn't start picking up until the last half when the feature came in. I forget his name, but
Uh, Duke Deuce.
yeah,
Duke Deuce.
yeah. So, because I think like for the first, all of Isaiah's like vocals were kind of filtered in a certain way, which sound really cool.
Yeah.
But I wish I could have had a better like flow that was like sitting on top of that, filter or on top of the mix a little bit more. But
Hmm.
no, I thought it was dope. I think definitely interested in hearing the whole project. I know he's got coming out with an album. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. The album art's super sick. The music video is really dope. Again, very ASAP Mob esque, which
Yeah.
I can get with. But yeah, no, I would say though it was definitely the weaker track out of everything that was released
Mm.
on that New Music Friday though.
Okay. Okay. Let's transition into another one of those tracks.
Set you up there.
Yeah, appreciate it. Trippy. I don't know if it's for the track that you wanted me to talk about, but Trippe Redd and Playboi Carti also dropped a track. Miss the Rage.
Yeah,
What did you think about this one? You sent me this one, so
yeah.
what do you think about this one?
I mean, if you're on TikTok, you've heard this song like hundreds of times,
Mm.
thousands of times. It's been leaked for a minute. It was just like it's like not even a song anymore. I hate that this is what TikTok does to music sometimes, where it's like, especially leaked tracks, like all of Playboi Carti's leaked tracks are like TikTok sounds now, and it just like takes the it
The
just takes
appeal.
yeah, the uniqueness from it all. But I mean, it's a dope uh track. The beat is insane.
Hmm.
But what ruins it for me is there was this dude on TikTok who like his whole thing was like sus dancing. Um and it's basically to this song, and he like it looks like he's about to like do one of these,
Uh-huh.
but instead it just looks like he is like blowing a dick or something.
Easy.
And he does it to this song like every time.
Oh
And
my
I'm like,
god.
bruh, like, what am I supposed to think now? Like,
Oh my god. I
yeah,
hate, dude, TikTok create content creators, man. I don't know what to tell them. I
they're
don't know what to
funny,
tell you,
bro.
man. They're I can't some of the stuff that they do to keep this like content game going, like the whole hype house thing, like that's all crazy. Uh I just can't believe like society, man. Like it's crazy. But yeah, going back to this track, Mr. Rage, I thought it was good. After a whole lot of red, I was I was kind of like I was interested in what Playboi Carti would do next, because it's such a distinct sound, that whole lot of red.
Yeah.
It sounds like I said in the review, it sounds like Castlevania, some of the songs, and then the second third is like more or the third, the final third is like more of like what we're used to hearing
Mm-hmm.
from Playboi Carti. And this was, I feel like that would kind of fall into that area of like, I feel a lot more familiarity with this Playboi Carti,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and Trippe Redd did his thing. He's one of those artists. I think we said in the tier thing, ranking tier thing, he's good on a good day,
Yeah.
really bad on a bad day. And I think this was a pretty good day. This was a pretty good day. I could definitely listen to this track again. But yeah, one thing I wanted you to talk about actually is the new MF Doom album.
Yo,
Did you get a chance
yes.
to listen to that?
I did.
I haven't gotten a chance, so I want to let you
Okay,
kind of
okay.
go into that real quick.
Yeah, his first, speaking of posthumous albums, his
Yes,
first
wow, man.
album he's released, I guess, after
Hmm.
passing. So R.I.P. Doom. But
Yes.
yeah, no, it was a collaboration album. Him and Czarface.
Mm-hmm.
And it was I was definitely hyped, especially when someone in the last stream was like told me about it. That's how I figured it out, which is cool. But
Yeah, yeah, it was a dude from Sweden or
oh
Sweden.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you again for dropping all those like hot scoops.
Yeah, yeah, keeping me up to
Yeah.
date.
Hmm. If
But
you're in
no,
here, shout out to you.
yeah, yeah, I was really digging it. Definitely a familiar sound for MF Doom, returning to that comic book esque superhero concept, which I love. The album art is awesome. Like I want to get that like framed. Like it's so
MF
cool.
Doom has some of the greatest album covers in music history, not just
Yeah,
hip hop, music
yeah.
history. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, yeah, there's definitely a lot of great tracks on here. I think what was interesting is Czarface really reminds me of like almost like a Jay-Z in terms of his cadence and like the sound of his voice and the flow,
Mm.
but it's like a hybrid of Jay-Z and MF Doom is how I would describe Czarface, and then obviously MF Doom does his thing. But
Yeah.
no, yeah, there's like definitely some great cuts on this record, but it's I wouldn't say it's like reinventing who MF Doom is. But I think it was a good like reminder, especially the
Yeah.
timeliness of it. Kind of like it was like a burst of nostalgia, basically.
Mm.
Going back to the roots of MF Doom and like what made him so popular and that style of like being a superhero and stuff like that and like the comic book esque, narration over it, and they're like, "Who is Czarface?" And they're like people say he's, it's like all the
Oh man,
expose about like, which is really fun to like.
that sounds so fun, man. I love when albums
It's super
feed
cool.
into the theme like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it very much does. Like some of Doom's older projects, but no, it was cool. It's definitely plays out like a movie, which like a
Wow.
comic book movie, which is super cool. But yeah, it's a great album. Makes me miss MF Doom a lot, but kind of a shame I didn't get into him until like before he passed, which is kind of crazy. Like I started really getting
Mhm.
into him and like revisiting his old albums, um, like I don't know 4 months before he like passed away. And I was like, oh
Mm.
shit. So yeah, I was really looking forward to this album. Definitely met my expectations, and will be in the rotation for a minute. But yeah, you should definitely check it out. I think this is a good way to introduce you to MF Doom because it's more of his commercial. I mean, it's more of his like
More accessible.
Yeah, more accessible sound as opposed to like his Food album, or like some of the
Oh,
more like out there concepts, which I enjoy, like Mad Villainy or something like that.
yeah, Mad Villainy is the one that is like I've listened to, and it's a classic. It's
Yeah,
100% a classic. Yeah.
yeah. But no, it was cool. Definitely, I listened to that, or I'm still listening to it. So it's a dope
Hmm.
album.
Man, that's dope. Yeah, I'll definitely get around to. I'll listen to it tonight. Yeah, I
Yeah,
for sure. Um, and now we go into the kind of you know, the big like blockbuster drop of the night.
yes,
J. Cole with his very first lead single for an album since way back when.
yeah,
Um, we got an interlude. Now, I want to ask you about the decision of to release an interlude track as a lead single in a second.
okay,
But first, I want to talk about just what you thought about the track in general. Like
yeah.
kind of your first reaction, kind of how it's aged. How do you think people? Yeah, what was your reaction to it?
Yeah, Kitchen Boy says an interlude called interlude. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was very, very surprised at this track. I was like, this is a new flow. This is a different cadence. He's doing something different with his voice, a little bit more auto tune than I'm used to
Mm,
with J. Cole. But
yeah,
I think he's leaning into using your voice as an instrument kind of thing that has been obviously a trend for the last 4 years, but really people are
yeah.
starting to really like lean into it now.
Yeah, he
Um,
kind of introduced that with Middle Child. Remember,
yeah.
there was a little more auto tune on that as well.
So this is probably like the most auto tune I've heard on his
Hmm.
voice, and I think, which I am really glad about because, or really happy about, because I that was one of my main just like critiques of J. Cole was that it felt sometimes the flows would feel stale.
Mm.
Obviously, I'm talking
Hmm.
not talking about like Born Sinners or like Forest Hill Drive or something like that. I felt like those, in and of itself, were like it catered to that sound.
Hmm.
But when we start getting into KOD, or even
Yeah.
sometimes on For Your Eyes Only, For Your Eyes Only is a great album.
Hmm.
But there were some times where I'm like, maybe switch it up a little bit, or like I don't know, like do something different with your voice. So
Hmm.
off the bat, when I hear it's a little bit more high pitched, it's like he's doing some stuff with auto tune and filtering and modulation. I'm like all these different elements that he's adding. I think it's actually to his benefit, and like I'm really excited to hear what the rest of the album. Like if this is just the interlude, I'm like, damn, all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a new direction for him that I'm looking. This is what I wanted. This when I last week I was like, all I want is something
Hmm.
new, and like this is definitely something new. So I was
Yeah.
hyped.
There you go. Alana, definitely let us know if you recently checked out J. Cole. Let us know like what you've listened to and what you think about it. I'm very interested what what you think about J. Cole. But yeah, yeah, I thought this was a really good song to start off with. Like, however, one thing though is that I don't think that it'll change anyone's mind about J. Cole. Like I don't like for someone who doesn't necessarily like J. Cole, I could easily see them just dismissing this as more of the same, even though it's not more of the same. I could see them thinking like, oh, it's just him going off
Mm.
for 2 minutes because they're just annoyed at J. Cole fans or whatever. And I can see J. Cole fans being like, this is dope. I love it. I fall into the I love it train. I think is super dope. Really great. I feel like he chose this track because it was like he talks a lot about what happened the past year, but also doesn't give the game away of the whole album.
Yeah,
Like I still don't know what to expect from the album.
I
So
think I think okay. I'm gonna get into like what I thought about releasing an interlude as the first track.
let's do it. Let's do
Okay,
it.
I think that I kind of had this realization over the weekend, but
Mm,
I thought it was a really perfect choice because I think where this album is going conceptually, the off season, the kind of in between, when you think of an off season for an athlete, it's the in between when you're on and you know what it
yeah.
is. And so I think coming out with the interlude first is like perfect because the interlude is kind of that bridge between the second half of an album, the switch up of an album. So I think conceptually it aligns perfectly. Where the whole album is the off season. This is like maybe I guess J. Cole feels like he's in between things right now, and that's where this album came from. And so coming out first with the interlude, which is already a bridge in and of itself, made a lot of sense to me.
There's a
Um,
space in between each letter on
the,
interlude, so
this is
there's
true.
some, just
This is true.
something to point out. Yeah, I thought it was a really smart decision. I was actually yeah, the point that you brought up obviously kind of represents where he's at. Just his headspace right now is he feels like he's in the middle or in a transitional period.
I can, yeah,
Especially in this like the fall off era.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, he's still kind of defining it because I still don't quite know. I kind of know, but I still don't quite fully know like the full frame of what does this the fall off mean is. And he kind of explained it a little bit in the documentary that came out,
Mm-hmm.
applying the pressure. He kind of said that this is kind of his. It's really interesting. He said that this was kind of like his last time before he's out to prove that he made improvements.
Okay.
So this this could be very well be the kind of like the last hurrah. Not this album, but this whole era of Chance. Sorry, I'm just so used to hearing and talking about Chance the Rapper from editing
Oh
the
yeah,
honest
yeah.
convo about Chance video. But yeah, of J. Cole. I'm very interested to see if because
So
honestly,
so
I
you
think
think this is like the last album he's gonna do? Like he like
I don't think it's gonna be the last album, but I feel like this is we're getting there. Like because the there's the off season, there's It's a Boy was next on the kind of like tier list to do, and then it's the fall off. So I feel like the fall off is gonna be that's the last album, whatever it's gonna
sheesh.
be. But it's cool. He's kind of able to build up towards that album, which is a really interesting idea. I wonder, creatively, where does that put him? Like, is he
Yeah, that's
um
interesting. I feel like that
you want to
could
save it for
be
you want to save the
yeah.
best for last, but if you're coming out with this comeback album, you also want that to be your best.
Right.
So does he have songs that he's been working on that he reserved for the fall off, here's for the off season, and it fits somehow, or is this, or is he kind of just I'm working on the off season, I have the fall off in my brain, and I'll work on that when I get there, kind of thing. So I wonder, like, how far along is this creative process leaning towards? Because announcing 3 albums in a row or 3 projects in a row
Yeah.
from the jump, and also to add the pressure that it's going to be your last hurrah.
I just feel like yeah, it
Man.
makes me feel like hopefully he's not setting himself up like for failure, you know what I mean? Not that I'm saying that he would, but
Mm-hmm.
it is an interesting choice to say like yeah, so I'm coming out with only 3 more albums and the last one's going to be the best one. Whereas like usually artists are like you come out with an album that's your best version of yourself at that time.
At that time, yeah,
So
yeah,
he's already thinking down the road. I don't know. It's interesting. I feel like we'll
yeah.
see if that benefits him or not, because it could be kind of like a career suicide if it doesn't like pan out the way that it should, and that's the last 3 albums of his career.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so he definitely has to pull this off, which I think he can. He has a huge team behind him, but talking about like the Dreamville, but
Yeah,
no, I think that's super interesting. I think we'll definitely have to see. I mean, the album drops this week, the
yeah. So we'll
on
have our
Friday.
questions. We'll have some questions answered, some new questions to pose after this week. Tay, what's up? What's up? Thanks for coming through. Thanks for coming through to the stream. But yeah, we're talking about J. Cole's new single right now and just kind of what it means. Yeah, I oh, and by the way, this is, I think, a good time to announce that we're not gonna be reviewing J. Cole's album on the stream.
Yeah,
We're gonna do a full like review breakdown, just like we did for After Hours with the Weeknd. We're gonna do we're gonna do it for every big artist that drops, really. Like
yeah,
the Kendricks, the Drakes, the Frank Oceans, Tyler the Creator, those artists, those top tier artists right now, and or
the
aka
big
all those artists
hitters.
that we like.
Yeah,
Um, we'll do a big review breakdown and do all that. So So yeah, and obviously next week is going to be the Our Thoughts Battle of the Bars, so that'll be fun.
Yeah,
And so yeah, what were we talking about again? Just like J. Cole in
just
general,
J
just like the
Cole.
soft season stuff, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's really interesting because we could look back on this in 5 years and be like, damn, the off season was the best album because he put all his best work. He said that he spent years into crafting this album, and obviously he will probably have spent years for the fall off as well by the time we get to that. But it'll be interesting to see kind of whether that creative energy can be sustained over the next couple projects. Like will we
Yeah.
see very clearly that the off season was the best album because that's where that was the first one. So yeah. So Tay,
Let me try and find that post.
yeah, it's on his Instagram. It's like it's not one of those things
Oh,
where you have
okay.
to like try to find it. But yeah, we're talking about kind of J. Cole's plan for the fall off era that he's referring to. Uh he includes the Dreamville collab, the Revenge of the Dreamers thing. He includes KOD, the feature run that he went on in 2018. And then Matt's gonna pull up kind of the rest of the picture.
What is his
Uh,
Instagram handle? Is it not J Cole? Oh,
Um,
J Cole World?
something like that. I don't know.
No, people steal his Let me find it. Yeah, he basically like uh posted like a oh here we go, Real Cole World. That's what it was.
That's it. Okay. Okay.
Let me find that post. Here we go. Um, okay. So basically, he posted this image, which was like a notebook, and it just has like the fall off era on top. And so there we go. I'll zoom in, enhance. So basically, he's like just straight up laying out the next three albums.
And
And
also on top of that, it's allegedly the last
allegedly,
solo projects we'll get from J. Cole.
yeah,
He said that the off season, this is the last time that I'm going to like come back from an off season and show you guys my improvements. And then the rest of my projects are going to be me flexing that for these next couple projects for It's a Boy, the Fall Off. Wow.
I mean,
Um
even this uh the caption. I still got some goals I got to scratch off before I scram. So like that's what I think the rumor started with that caption saying like these are the last 3 J. Cole albums before he's like done. I would
mhm.
think that he'll probably be on like the next Dreamville tapes or something like that or do a couple features, but
I feel like
as
that'll be the only time that we hear from him after these projects is on
yeah,
those compilation, not compilation, collab, label albums and features and just like
right.
features in general. Yeah.
Which kind of sucks, you know. I feel like for diehard J Cole fans, it's like it's like counting the days until he's like done. You know, it's like can you really? I don't know. Maybe it'll be like a dope send off and like maybe he's trying to end on a high note, which is definitely what he's already trying to allude to here.
Yeah.
But it's definitely interesting for an artist to just like already call 3 years in advance. Like I got 3 years left in me, and then I'm done. Maybe that's when his basketball career will start.
Oh yeah, yeah. Speaking of that, he announced that he is signed on to play for an African league, I believe. Rwanda, the Rwanda Patriots.
The Wakanda national. I don't know. Yeah.
National Panthers. Um, so yeah, that'll be really interesting. Obviously, the off season it's a basketball reference, so which was pretty dope. I mean, Matt and I love basketball. We we parts of our lives involve basketball. I used to be like I don't know if you guys know this. This is gonna be kind of a funny like fun fact. I used to be like a community college women's basketball coach over in SoCal when I stayed there. So and then Matt used to edit and film footage for basketball players. So
Yeah.
this is right. This is fun. This is all this like off season stuff and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's super fun. Act the Scholar asks, do you think Cole has had a classic album?
Yeah, definitely. Forest Hill Drive, definitely a classic album.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
I think uh, For Your Eyes Only was a classic for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Those two I think are my favorite from J. Cole. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the off season is a classic. I hope the fall off is a classic, whatever it is. But yeah, no, I mean J. Cole's great. It's just he's an interesting guy because he's very casual about everything, and
Mm-hmm.
people always have something to say about him for some reason. He
Yeah.
just lives his life and makes music, and he's controversial for no reason. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think he's definitely a classic artist. He'll definitely go down in hip hop history for sure, especially with how
Mm-hmm.
he ends his career. I feel like that could be a pivotal moment for him.
All right. I got a question for you.
All right, all right.
So with this conversation about J. Cole, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to have a conversation about how many more albums do you think Kendrick has in him? Because I honestly don't think that Kendrick is that far behind him. I feel like after you
Really?
make those kind of flawless albums, the pressure's on every single time you come out with something new. And I start to think about whether or not Kendrick wants to run the risk of, putting a blemish on this
Mm.
flawless discography he has right now. So, what do you think? How many projects do you have in him? Do you think that runs through his mind, or do you think he's like on a project by project basis? With your connections to Kendrick,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
no,
My
just like your
insider
your
info.
predictions. Yeah.
Um,
What's your opinion on that?
I don't know. I feel like Kendrick doesn't actually have that many albums out. Like
Mhm.
like his discography is like 4 albums. I'm pretty sure. It's like Section 80 or Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, to Pimp a Butterfly, and then Damn, and then if you want to call Untitled Unmastered, that was kind of just like a whatever throw away some, not throw away, but some tracks that never made it on some of those past albums. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it won't, even if Kendrick stops making music. Let's say in the next 8 years. I think he
Mm.
takes 4 years to drop his albums. Let's say he has two more
Mhm.
albums left.
Mhm.
I think that won't be the last that we'll hear from Kendrick. I think he's gonna I think he'll be like a politician or something, or he'll like lead the civil rights movement or something like that. I feel like
Yeah.
he has too much influence on our culture and like on our society and how we go about things and the general conversation. Right now, everybody is waiting for what for what Kendrick has to say about the past year and a half. But I don't know. I think Kendrick likes making music. I think he just likes that's just his thing. And so
Mhm.
if he were to, whereas J. Cole definitely obviously has some other career moves, other career decisions, to where he can say like, yeah, I have three albums left, and then I'm moving on. Um,
Yeah.
so, but I can see Kendrick saying something like that, or it happening, because he has his own PG Lang thing that hasn't been fleshed out fully. Like he could,
Yeah. What is up with that? I
yeah,
still
like
don't know what's
that could
that.
be like its own thing. I don't know if he's trying to get like a team for that, or if he's gonna do that himself. But other than that, I don't know any other ventures that Kendrick is pursuing besides music. So I think for the
Mm.
time being,
Mhm.
at least for the next 8 years, I think, let's say the next decade, I feel like Kendrick will be releasing albums. Um,
Okay. Okay.
but yeah, like let me read the chat here. I think someone said, "I hate hearing about artists planning to quit. Why can't they take a break and come back?" That's true. That's true.
I don't see why would you want to retire at this point in time in music? It's so
Right.
easy to just drop shit, and make money. Like for example, if Jay-Z were to come back with another album, it would go crazy and people would be streaming that everywhere.
Especially if you're an
Um,
independent artist, like
yes, that's
it's
another
it's become
aspect.
so easy for you. Easy, we say that, but like in terms of it's to your own terms of what you want to do.
Yeah.
Um,
There's so many resources and outlets that you could use. nowadays, a rollout can be as simple as putting a tweet out and it going viral. Like it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool what you're able to do nowadays.
Yeah.
Um,
The scholar says I'd say Forest Hill Drive 2014 is classic worthy, but his mixtapes were peak Cole. Okay.
mm,
Um,
that's a good take. I like that take.
I felt
The warm up.
yeah, I felt Kendrick showed a higher calling than Cole in terms of albums. Yeah. Hopefully the offseason surpasses his earlier albums. Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything you said. I think I don't like comparing well, I don't know. We compare artists all the time, but I feel like comparing
I think
like
that's just hip hop. That's
yeah,
just the nature of hip hop is, are you better than this person? Are you better than that?
right. It's always like who has the crown, you know?
Yeah, almost
Yeah.
to a fault of like it almost
Yeah.
makes hip hop culture kind of annoying sometimes to talk about because it's always just like, is
Yeah.
he better than Kanye? Is he better than Kendrick?
It's like
But
whatever, you know.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, no, I think uh, Kendrick is just different. He's a different artist.
hmm
I think J. Cole for the type of music that he makes and the type of artist he is, that he's the best at it, in my opinion. Whether that be more cerebral rap, you know, with the big brain
yeah, conscious rap.
lyricism, yeah, which is he's great at, and then Kendrick's on like a whole other different wavelength where it's like more emotional, more existential, more broader ideas. So it depends on what you want, but no,
Yeah,
I mean a J Cole. This is what I said last stream. A Drake, J Cole, Kanye, all in the same year. I think
oof,
I think that I think that'll just reset or like off balance everything that happened last year for me.
yeah.
I think I'll
And
be
then we got maybe
revived.
Travis Scott with Utopia.
Travis, yeah, yeah,
Ooh,
and then
we got
SZA, bruh, and then the weekend.
and then the weekend.
I'm telling you, bro, it's so much to look forward to.
I know, man. It's exciting. It's exciting. So yeah, last thing about J. Cole, I think I want to talk about is, we're 2 days, about 2 days and 6 hours away from getting this J. Cole album. Well, really 3 hours if hopefully it drops like midnight Eastern Standard Time. Anyways,
Yeah.
you got any last final predictions? Any expectations? I know we already kind of touched on this last week, but with the interlude coming out, did this if this changed anything in your kind of predictions, expectations? Now you got a little peek of
Mm,
what the album is, barely a peek.
barely, yeah. Um, yeah, I think this definitely changed. I think what I'm expecting now is something more, a lot more energy from J. Cole.
Mm,
Usually his albums or his music's very chill, very laid back, very condensed sound,
yeah.
which is cool. Like you can just kind of vibe, not a thing about anything. J. Cole is talking to you for like an hour. But after this interlude, much more space, much more. It's definitely just like a different vibe. I feel like he's on a different level that I
Mm,
think is above where he was. So I think it's definitely uh, a step up. What I expect from the album, I think, will definitely be exploring that sound more and
mm.
getting some unusual features. Not unusual like someone random, but more
I know
like
exactly what you're referencing. Like for example, with Damn, we got a
mhm.
U2 feature on there on Triple X.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Kind of
think it
like
would
that, where it's more
yeah.
more niche kind of thing.
I think he'll get more niche artists like that, but also dive into the trap world more because that's kind of where my
Yeah.
mind went first with this track. So like I'm talking like the Young Thugs or like the Gunners. Like I could see one of the more hype tracks on this album being having like a little baby feature or something on there. You know, like it just makes sense. So I feel like we're definitely gonna head towards that direction, but I hope that it's not purely hype trap whatever. I feel like
Mm.
it needs to have more substance in that. So that's what I'll
Yeah.
say. My final
Yeah.
thoughts before listening to the album.
I know. Super excited. I love that we're able to do this. Is
Yeah.
like I always love watching like whenever Marvel movies came out, I always love when YouTubers would come in and like, all right, here are my predictions, here are my theories. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That kind of stuff. I love talking about
Mhm.
this kind of stuff. So yeah, if you can drop another like if you can sprinkle in another a lot like with 21 Savage,
Yeah.
that would be sick. Like I'm just thinking of like what you're saying with utilizing more trap artists. Yeah, a lot was another him flexing that ability to go there. Because he snapped on that song.
Yeah.
Like that his verse was legendary. Um my expectations, I will be honest, I said this last stream, whenever the last time we talked about J. Cole was, I think it was last stream. I do have high expectations for this album, and I will continue to have them for the rest of this fall off era, you know, with It's a Boy and the fall off uh, proper. Because, you know, it seems like this is kind of the culmination of his entire career. He said that this
Yeah.
is the last time that I'm coming back from an off season. I'm showing you what I got, you know. I'm thinking of like, you know, Michael Jordan, you know, he didn't have a fadeaway jumper until he worked on it in the off season, and that would go
Right.
on to define, you know, his like the tail end of his career is that fadeaway. So you know, we're gonna figure out what is this fadeaway, what has he developed in the last couple of years that we haven't really
Mhm.
gotten him, like, you know, as a constant presence, the way that he is now. Like we literally talk about him, he's in the news cycle like almost every day now.
Yeah.
um so you know, I don't really have any specific predictions. Like I like what you had to bring with the, you know, the more interesting, not obvious features. I
Yeah.
think that would be interesting. I don't really have any big predictions because I don't really know what to expect from it. It could have no features. He could do the no features thing again. He could
That's
do,
true. That's true.
you know, I don't think we're ever gonna I don't think we're gonna get a Kendrick J. Cole feature, unfortunately. I don't
Mm.
think that's gonna happen. Um but
Damn.
I will say that I just have high expectations, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I feel like I feel like it has to blow me away at this point because this is it. This is
Yeah.
the
This
last
is
run.
the start of the end, I guess. So.
Yeah, I hate to, you know, it might be a little unfair, but yeah, I just that's just my personal kind of feelings towards that.
Yeah.
So yeah, any last thoughts on J. Cole before we just kind of hang out with the chat real quick,
Yeah. Yeah. No.
wind down?
I'm excited to hear it. I think
Yeah,
we'll see.
off
We'll
season.
definitely we'll do a big analysis review. I think this is like a pivotal moment in any artist's career. So we're definitely gonna do a deep dive on that. So stay tuned for that video. Stay tuned for the video dropping tomorrow and everything
Yes.
coming up. Stay tuned for the 3-year anniversary Our Thoughts podcast live stream next week. Where we go bar to bar. I'm expecting all of you guys to be there. We're gonna be posting some stuff about it soon, so you get more of a context. But it's gonna go down. That's
It's
all I'll say.
about to go down. Yeah, keep an eye out on our Twitter and Instagram, man. There's some fun stuff. If you guys are like just like hopping on the Our Thoughts bandwagon, I'm just kidding. But the, you know, if you guys are just joining us and all that, you guys will kind of get like kind of a, you know, a brief history of us and
Yeah.
kind of where this podcast was, and you know, hopefully it'll be fun for you guys, it'll be fun for us to recount some stories. um yeah, what's today, the 11th? In
Yeah.
2 days, 2 days, May 13th, go to our Instagram and Twitter because there's a super fun tweet that it's kind of the origin of this podcast, so
Oh man. All right.
excited for that.
I don't even know what it is, so we'll see. I will see with you guys.
Oh man, dude, I'm so excited for you to see it because like man, it just shows like how it's just a cool story to have about this podcast. So yeah, that'll be fun. Uh, I don't know. I don't think I have anything. We have anything else to announce, right?
Nah, we can close out if you want.
Um, I mean, yeah, sure. If do you guys have any in the chat? If you guys have any
Burning
last questions, burning questions. It could be about anything. It could be about, you know, music. It could be about just us. I don't know. This is kind of a last call before we wrap it up. But yeah.
Other than that, yeah.
Did you watch Elon Musk on SNL?
Yeah.
You watched the whole episode?
No,
How was
not
it?
the whole episode. I saw the skits.
Oh, I've
Um,
seen clips of the Wario thing, but I haven't really seen like the monologue and all that. What you guys? What did you think about it?
um, I thought it was like the worst SNL episode I've ever. SNL is going so far downhill to where now I'm like, what is the point of the show anymore?
Yeah.
like, like after Trump was not elected again, they had no material. So, because that's all they talked about for 4 years.
Hmm.
Um, and so I don't know. I'm mad at Elon. He made Doge dip. I have whatever.
You bet the house on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The scholar asked, do you guys like UK music? I'm not familiar with as much UK music as I'd like. You know, I've listened to like Skepta
I like
and
Skepta. I like
mhm.
what's the kid's name? The white kid. um, he did a song with ASAP Rocky. Hold on. Oops. It's why can't I think of it? I told you about that when it came out.
Hmm.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Slow Tie. Yeah.
Oh, Slow Tie.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I haven't gotten around to listening to that album. I know everyone was like hyping it up,
Yeah.
and that was one of those instances where I was like you, where I was like, you know what, this is super hype. I'm just gonna kind of I'm gonna back away from it because like I feel like I'm just gonna not like it just
Yeah.
because of the hype it's getting. But again, I think that's another thing I'm gonna listen to tonight. These podcasts are really just like reasons for a lot of it is just like instances where I'm like, oh yeah, I should listen to that tonight. So
Yeah.
that's another reason why I love having this stream. But
Right.
yeah, Slow Tie is another artist I've heard from Amine's uh Limbo.
Yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately that's the only two UK artists that I can say that I listen to. Um yeah.
Check out Dave and Jay Huss.
Dave and Jay
Dave
Huss.
like Lil Dicky.
Yeah, that's a good show.
Yeah. Okay, I see him.
Dave
Oh wait, I've seen this guy. Jay Huss.
Jay Huss. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard that name before. It sounds familiar, but yeah, I'm about to.
I'll check it out.
Yeah,
I
if you
like
can,
I
if
like Skepta a lot though.
yeah, I'll definitely listen to a couple of these projects. Common Sense, Big Conspiracy. Yeah. Appreciated the scholar.
I
I don't
like
know.
hold on. Let me
I don't
see.
know if you've been here all the like before in the stream, but I'm sorry. I always like shouting people out who are just showing up to their first stream. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, shout out to you. Thank you for
I like Big Shaq. One of my favorite. Men's Not Hot.
2 + 2
Yeah.
= 4. That quick maths.
Quick maths. Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. Man, remember when Jake Paul said London is my city?
Yeah, bro. Jake Paul been going crazy.
I know. Him and Mayweather are fighting, right?
Yeah.
That's getting closer and closer with every second. Oh, wait, when is that fight happening? Mayweather. Oh, it's Logan Paul.
It's Logan
Sorry.
Paul, yeah.
The other Paul. June 6th. Okay, so we got a couple. Oh, we got a
whatever.
whole month to.
I do not care about that at all.
I know. I don't either. I just keep seeing clips of it. Like, apparently he like stole his hat and Mayweather wanted to kill him or something. So a whole month of that. Get ready, guys.
Yeah.
It's gonna be insufferable.
But yeah, I think
that's
that about does it for us this week. Appreciate all of you guys for coming through. Hope you guys like the new format. This is kind of the vibe we're gonna be on for this live stream. I think it looks a lot better. Definitely stay tuned for all the things we got coming soon. Tomorrow, new video. Next week, anniversary, and I think we'll definitely have to check out the J. Cole album. So tweet us or DM us your guys' thoughts on the J. Cole album. Maybe we'll include it in our deep dive analysis video when we drop that. So we'll let you know. But yeah, this has been Our Thoughts Live. Chesco's one truly down.
Kitchen boy, you said it's Ches drunk. You know it. Ah, ha, ha. But yeah, I'm starting to feel it. So here we go.
So, all right.
Thanks, guys.
I'll see y'all. We'll see y'all next week. And be sure to check out that video tomorrow. But have a good one, and see you later.
Thank you guys. Peace.
Peace.